And the plot thickens even more. Dr. Disrespect at the end of today's stream, after all of the controversy that has happened over the past weekend, he briefly addressed what happened in the start of this stream by saying, I'm not going to address anything, but F that guy, or I don't give an F about that guy, talking about the former Twitch employee that appears to be a garbage person, by the way. So he didn't really want to address it, but at the end of his stream, he starts to sound like he's ready to hang it up, all of it. Now, again, I don't know if that's part of the gimmick. I have no idea. I don't watch this guy enough to know if that's part of the gimmick or not. But let's listen into what he has to say for the last few minutes of his stream, and then we will talk about it.
I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued. Feeling a little fatigued. We came in here, champs. We came in here. High energy. High energy. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just feeling fatigued. Right? Feeling a little burnt out. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate you guys showing up. But I am serious when I say I'm feeling a little fatigued. You know? When shit like this happens over the weekend and it just kind of... It's like how many times can I... I don't... Like I'm actually tired of being on social media. And I've expressed that over the years, champs. I just, you know... I've always kind of hinted like it'd be nice to get off and just completely separate, right?
See, I consider YouTube, like I know YouTube is social media, but I feel like there's a drastic difference between YouTube and Twitter, or YouTube and Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. I feel like there's just a drastic difference. I understand they're all social media, but there's just a difference. You can get rid of Twitter. You can get rid of Instagram and Facebook and all of that, which honestly is not a bad idea, especially if you're at this dude's level. Just forget all of that. Get rid of Twitter. Get rid of Instagram and just focus on making videos on YouTube. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. But that's not really what he's alluding to.
Go live in Costa Rica or something. I don't know. But I'm just feeling burnt out, I think. You know? I came into this with... When did we start streaming, champs? 2015? 16? Been doing this since 2009. You know? Different scene back then. Having a good time. Playing the games that were fun to interact with and create content with, and over the years it's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. And I just feel like you know, I had the mindset of let's just see what happens today. How are we feeling? And I'll tell you, I just, I don't know. I'm just feeling burnt out, you know? Maybe it's time to start something new, something different. You know, challenge those creative senses.
And I'm sure a lot of this is getting to him. I speak as someone that don't watch this guy consistently, so I don't know if this is part of the gimmick. I don't know if this is part of what he's doing or not. But I can understand where he's coming from with this being exhausting, having to deal with the lies and the slander. Although there's two ways to look at this. But I can't understand the level he's at. He is at such a next level than I am and probably ever will be. So it is really hard to understand that. And the whole thing with him and Twitch has been one of the great mysteries of the internet, and it's probably always going to be a mystery. I think the most logical thing is that whatever happened between him and Twitch, it seems like the most logical thing is that it doesn't make either one of them look good. And whatever their out-of-court settlement was is what it, ended up being. And neither one of them can really talk about a lot of the specifics. With that said, and again, I'm not an attorney. I'm just speaking as a simple angry YouTuber here that just complains on the internet. I don't know how any NDA doesn't allow you to specifically say I did not do this very specific thing that I am being accused of. But he doesn't say that. But again, there's legalities involved in that. My whole stance has been I don't trust Twitch. I don't trust the person that was a former employee of Twitch. And based on what we've seen and how this guy was dangling a carrot the whole time for several years by saying, hey, if you show up and sell out this event that I'm going to be at, I'll give you more information on why Doc was banned. So the whole thing is so weird. But I can understand where this guy's coming from and saying how he's exhausted from a certain perspective. But I will go back to, at its core, you take away all the bullshit, you're being paid millions of dollars to play video games. That's really where you're at. You can get rid of Twitter. You can get rid of Instagram. You can get rid of all this stuff, and you can just turn a camera on, and you can still stream to tens of thousands of people every day and make millions of dollars playing video games. And I don't see how that's a bad thing at all.
Desire to explore different realms, if you will. But I think the first and foremost, though, is I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up. And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now. One of these, let's take a step back. I mean, it is what it is. People get fatigued, right, champs? And to be honest, I don't know how long, I know where my vacacion, how long my vacation is, but, maybe I extend that. We'll see. We'll see. But I do appreciate you guys, champs. Right? And look out for the socials. I'll keep you updated when we'll be back. But I definitely need to take a break from everything,
A break 100% is understandable. What I will say is him quitting 1,000% gives the victory to the people that are lying about him, if that's exactly what's happening. If they are lying about you and you're just going to step away completely, that gives them the victory. This entire, this last little bit right here gives them the victory. What he's saying, they feel that they have won or at least gotten an advantage over him. And this is all assuming that none of it's true. Then this is a huge win for the people that are throwing the baseless accusations.
Oh. A podcast, start a podcast. I think what I'm most interested in, and believe it or not, champs, because obviously when you're a top tier gamer like me, when your gaming skill set is just incredible, and you look like this, why wouldn't you want to be in front of the camera all the time? But I'm kind of I'm exhausted in being in front of the camera. I'm exhausted being on socials. The industry's changed so much. Just so much different energy out there, negative energy and clashing, and from everything that we've experienced as we've started this whole journey together, you know what I mean, champs? And I'm just when I go outside, I just feel so much better. When I remove myself, I just feel, what the hell is this, So that's all I'm going to say. Keep playing, Doc. We don't care. The fuck?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They just Again, I think this is a different level, though, because people can at least sympathize with what is perceived to be direct attacks from Twitch, from left-wing organizations, from left-wing people that have been weaponized. But generally speaking, people don't care about your problems. You're a multimillionaire who gets to play video games for a living.
Grief Warden, thank you for the $25 donation. Big Bearded Scotsman, welcome. Payback, thank you for the 46 months. Champs, I'm going to call it right there. A little short one. We've accomplished some things, but I think more importantly, we need to step away. I think when I say step away, I'm going to have to either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the scene. It's what I need to do. Right? Champs. Take all the time you need, says Layer Cake. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Give me back my dog! Okay. Don't be a pussy. God damn it.
Is that where Beardo got that? The whole give me back my son bit? Is that where he got that? Again, I don't watch Dr. Disrespect. I don't know these things.
I'm telling you, it's fatigue. It's tired. It's wanting to just kind of move away from the limelight. Ultimately, that's what it's about. You know what I mean, champs? Damn, now what? I mean, shit, there's 50 million other streamers you can watch right now. It's getting old, yo. What's getting old? Get the break. Respect it, Doc. Okay, I appreciate that. It's getting old, you're not alone. That's not very nice. You don't like me? It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Oof, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the commitments, the recommitments.
I will say this for Dr. Disrespect. It's a bit different than what I and almost all streamers do. Well, maybe some. He is working a gimmick. That is far different and more difficult than what I do. I'm not working a gimmick. Now, I obviously have to add some entertainment value to me streaming, but I'm not working a gimmick per se. And a lot of streamers aren't working it. A lot of them are, but they're just not as obvious as Doc is. But Doc is truly a phenomenal entertainer, and he puts so much into the production value. He puts so much into the dynamic of entertaining the audience, and from that perspective, I can see where that can be draining more so than something like what I do. You remember when Hassan was whining about social batteries and all that bullshit? Get out of here. We're sitting down and we're talking about current events or whatever. Doc actually puts time into it. He puts a ton into it, and it is a gimmick. That is a whole different ball game. So I do understand that. Ultimately, he needs to have like a month-long vacation. That's all he needs. He needs to have a month-long vacation, clear his head, get back on the grind. That's really what he needs. Let's listen to the last part of this.
Please, do me a favor. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you soon. Yeah.
So there you go. Dr. Disrespect saying he is considering quitting, or at least taking an extended break. I'm not sure. He didn't really give us any definitive answer there. Now, earlier in the stream, this was him opening the stream right here.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a fuck about this guy. That's it. So I do appreciate the donations. I do appreciate the messages. But I like to put it in fifth gear right off the rip. For those that are looking for me to expand.
So that's kind of that's all. I mean, right now he's saying he may quit. He seems very, very kind of done with the whole scenario. Again, I don't have all the answers. I don't think anyone does but him and Twitch. What I do think is that that Cody guy that put all this out there is a lying piece of shit. I think that is pretty obvious to anyone paying attention right now. But everything else, we're all kind of just left in the dark, and the whole thing is weird. But ultimately, gun to my head, I side with not Twitch until I'm shown evidence. I definitely side with not Twitch. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.